Welcome friends, Last Guy Free, and it's time for the vlog, and we're doing this in one shot because I got things I need to do because things happened yesterday. So we haven't done a vlog in like, what, 2-3 weeks? Because things happened. I had to go on family trip, I had to do all these other things, it was just too busy, and now I'm finally back to do the other half of the why I was doing. First up, let's talk about Elden Ring, then Kirby, then we'll talk about the why. So, Elden Ring, very fun. I have already spent about 20 hours. I've already recorded 20 episodes of that game already. Holy crap, that game is huge. It's huge. And I'm having a different relationship with this game than other people, apparently, because I've been playing just so much Dark Souls. Dark Souls 3 is my favorite, and all those bosses are very fun and very intimidating, and it's great. I come into Elden Ring, and I beat Margit on the third try. Apparently everyone, he's the big roadblock for everybody. They take a ton of tries and they just can't beat him. I beat him on the third try, so it's just like, well, I don't know what to say to that. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. Because apparently a lot of Twitter is just people complaining about Margit. And I'm like, I killed him in 3 tries. I don't... How are you guys having trouble? It's weird. Like, I can think of so many bosses that were just more interesting and fun than Margit from 3 and even 1. Anyone more interesting than Margit in Elden Ring, though, that I fought? There's been some pretty interesting fights that I've been in. I can't say any of them because they might be spoilers for anyone who hasn't found them, because Elden Ring's so big, you won't go straight into anything besides the Tree Sentinel. The Tree Sentinel definitely is my first roadblock, and you don't even have to fight him. I fought, the moment I found him, right at the start, he's the first thing you fight if you don't do the tutorial. And I spent the first episode just fighting him. That's it, and losing. And trying to learn him, and losing. And also because it's on PC, there's a lot of frame issues with the PC version. They're still working on that. And that was not making it any better. And it didn't take, it was until the 10th hour that I beat him. Because I left and came back. I beat Margit, and then I came back to fight him. I was like, alright, if I beat this guy, everyone's complaining, but let's go back and fight the Tree Sentinel. Still got beat, and then I finally beat him because I found a strategy that worked. And here's the thing. One thing with Elden Ring is it feels like I can do a bunch of different strategies and they work out, whereas in Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, it felt like the only style I could do that worked was block, roll, and slash. That's all I could do. This one, that's one viable strategy, and there's a bunch of other strategies you can do. Elden Ring is really fun. Funny thing people pointing out, someone saying on Twitter was, they found a used copy that you could buy for $5 off the next day. Like, everyone's like, they must have ran into the Tree Sentinel, because that's the only way. It's amazing all the people who complained about Dark Souls being so hard and then they bought Elden Ring. Still going to be hard. What's interesting is Elden Ring does have more accessibility to it. There are things that make it more accessible. Because you can always just leave and go fight other things, then come back. Like, I'm halfway through the castle. I found a roadblock in the castle. So I left the castle, and I haven't been in the castle for at least 6-7 hours. And I'm going to do a little bit more, and then I'm going to go right back into that castle, because I've been doing other things. I'm like, I might be good enough to do the castle now. That's a nice feature about this, because in Dark Souls, you just, once you're roadblocked, you're roadblocked. And all you can do is either farm or keep fighting till you win. I really like Dark Souls 3. I'm thinking about it. Like, from the start, like, Gungnir is just such a fun first boss. It's a great first boss. And the Tree Sentinel, you can say, is your first boss, and it is an interesting fight. I think it's a memorable fight, just fighting that dude on a horse and just trying to learn them and just dealing with the terrain as you're fighting them. They got these big cool swings, and their horse is also fighting you as well. It's a pretty cool fight. Margit's just an interesting looking, like, not a man, it's kind of like a Manicore. Like, he's just this dude with the tail, and he's got his weapons, and he got that hammer. It's an interesting fight, but he just went down so quickly, I guess I didn't get to really enjoy what makes him so interesting. And just the variety of dungeons and dungeon bosses I've fought have been interesting as well. I have not really had any frustration like I had with Dark Souls. Because you're not roadblocked. That's a big thing I'm realizing, is you're not truly roadblocked in Elden Ring necessarily. So you get to a boss, you fight him like a dozen times, you're like, alright, I'll come back. Or, like, screw it, I'm getting close, I'll beat him. The most I've lost to any boss is maybe like 30 times, besides Tree Sentinels. Tree Sentinels probably 80. And I like the size and how big certain enemies are, and you get to fight dragons. That's really cool. Fighting dragons is cool. At least I fought a dragon, but I assume there's more. And Elden Ring's just fun. It deserves all the credit it's getting. It's just on the PC version, it's not optimized well, so there's some issues, which I hope they will fix soon. Of course, I'm dealing with invasions, so everyone's too busy playing the game to invade right now, which is great, because I freaking hate invasions. So we'll see how it is later on. Once people are done with the game, then they're going to start invading, then that'll be more annoying. We'll see. We will see. What I like is you can have 2 co-ops and 1 invader, so that's nice. But I assume it's the usual, just you have 1 person with you, and then someone who comes in to protect you kind of thing. Unless that's an extra, I don't know. We'll see. I've never been a fan of invasions, because the name of invaders are duelists, which makes it sound like you agree to fight. That's what it sounds like. But we'll see. My understanding is there is invasion. It's very fun, I like it a lot, and it's finally gotten me to read Berserk. Berserk is ridiculous. Berserk is a bloody time. And I realize just how desensitized I have become, because I just, it's like, and then just back to reading. Well, when I was younger, I'd be like, I'm out. Not anymore. Next up, Kirby. So Kirby in Forgotten Land, the demo dropped yesterday, and I dropped Elden Ring to play the demo. That's what happened. And then I spent 7 hours working on the podcast episode, so check out the podcast episode, just to help me out. It's just me gushing and reacting to the demo and talking about the demo, and it was really fun. It's a really fun and cute demo that it only takes about an hour to 2 hours to play. It was really fun. It's actually an hour to do everything, like hour and a half. If you start trying to look for things, it gets longer, because you're trying to find all the details. It was really fun, really cute. 3 weeks to go, I took the day off. At my job, I had the luxury to be able to do that. You're able to just go like, okay, I have time stored. By the way, you can store time in my job over years. So I have 2 months of time I can take off, because I had not taken much time off in the last couple of years. And so I'm at 2 months, so I'll just take 10 hours out. Why not? You can think of it economically, with how much money I make. That is a good chunk that I'm just like, but then again, take time off when you want to take time off. Don't burn yourself out. Let's stop thinking about that. Anyway, so I took the day off, and that's what I'm going to do. All I'm going to do is play Kirby on the release day, on the 25th. And everyone's suggesting, mute Presaria, whatever the name of that YouTube is, the one that spoils everything. Because I did get spoiled on Void Terminal those years ago. Because somehow they get to the final boss and put that on YouTube the day of release. Like, they get advanced copies somehow. And it's very frustrating to get spoiled like that. Soapbox really quick, if you're okay with spoilers, good for you. But don't tell other people to be okay with spoilers. Screw you. There is, I won't say necessarily FOMO, but it's just, the first time discovery of things is always a fun experience. Why steal that from another person? Why ruin that for someone else? I had a friend in college who wasn't a friend anymore, who liked to spoil things for me because he wanted to see my reactions. Because that's the whole thing of like YouTube and all that, is you want to see people's reactions to things. Like, dude, wait for me to get there, and then I'll react with you. Instead, he was just showing me like, oh great, that's what it is? Okay. Well, I don't have any of the build-up to get to that point, so it's not that really amazing to me. Spoilers just aren't a good thing. It's not a useful thing. All you're doing is taking an experience, which is what really matters to everyone, away from them. We care about experiences. We care about what we deal with, what we're going through. We care about seeing these things, experiencing these things. So don't take that from people. It's time. Real quick, why do I leave? I was saying it before last time, why do I leave? Also, I didn't get the job. Apparently none of us were good enough. So we're going to try again in 6 months. Oh my god. So I got 6 months to do more things to show I'm good enough for this position. Ain't that something? So why do I lead? I lead when I know what the hell I'm talking about, when I am knowledgeable, when I am the guy, and I don't have to bullshit. This is the key thing. I don't like, when it's something important, I don't like bullshitting. I need you to know your shit. I need me to know my shit. So if I'm the guy, then I will lead. If someone else is the guy, then I will defer to them every time when it comes to serious situations. When it comes to something serious, I'll let someone else. That was just some jokey thing, then fine. I'll take the lead, but I'd rather not, because even though we're having fun, I'd like to not lose. But when it's serious, if I know I'm the one with more knowledge, I'll take the mantle. I will take it, and I will run with it, and I will do what needs to be done. If I think I'm the one that needs to do it. for this position, the supervisor position I was going for, I felt like, yeah, I was doing pretty good. When I was subbing for the supervisor, I'm like, I'm doing pretty good at this job. I think I can do it. So wanted to go for it. Because it gives you the freedom, well, my job, it gives the freedom of not only doing the things that need to be done, but also you can do your own projects. Projects to improve the workforce, to improve the area, to just make things better for everyone. And making things better for everyone is definitely something I like. Because what I wanted to do is I wanted to write books for the trainees, books for the people who are already operators, but they want to go to the next level because we have a lot of certifications. So books for them to get better at certifications, testing, and things like that. And then a handbook for the plant itself so that any layman could understand what we do. And then things that just improve the plant. Those were all projects I said I wanted to do in the interview, and they said, these are great. Like my boss gave feedback, these are all great ideas. Why aren't you doing them now? Why do you have to do them as a supervisor? I'm like, well, buttons. Well, there's reasons. Like, one is, he has a point, I could do some of these, but the other thing is, I don't have the authority to do some of these things as well. Because there are ideas I had were like, well, I want to, put in a program, but as a fellow coworker, who's going to want to do my idea? Now, as someone at a higher level, I can kind of force it a little bit. And that's really it. It's like, but I think they're right and they're wrong about their arguments about why I'm not doing the projects now. But there are projects I can do now. So now I'm going to do those projects now as an operator to show that I am worth being a supervisor. Of course, my competition is going to do the same thing because that's a big thing with the boss is like, why don't you just do the projects now? He just said that. I'm like, all right, well, we all took that. So now we're all going to do projects, all those who care, at least. So that's why I lead. I only lead when I know I'm the best option. I don't lead through, just cuz. There are people with ego who, they want to lead, even if they don't know, because they want to lead. And I don't like that. I like it when the expert is the leader. That's why I don't understand, of course, with, the pandemic, where I care about this guy who's confident in what he's saying, but not in the one who's actually the expert in the subject. Because the thing is, an expert in a subject knows where they're right and where they're wrong, and so they won't be as confident necessarily as someone who is too dumb to realize they're wrong, is the way I'll put it. There are people who know damn well they're wrong, they just like to bullshit. So there's the why there. I don't know what the next why is going to be, there's plenty of things swirling in my head, we'll see. But that is the vlog, a nice quick one there, and yeah, why do I follow, why do I lead? And is there any other reason why I am a reluctant leader? I think that's it, really. It's just I only lead when I feel like I need to. And I will defer to others if I think they're better than me. Like the supervisor job, there's one guy who I think is better than me. So I would not be mad if he beat me. And he ended up didn't beat me. Apparently none of us got it, like I said. But if he beats me the second round, I'm not going to complain. Someone else beats me the second round, I will complain unless they do enough to make me go like, okay, yeah, sure, okay. But we'll see. So that's the vlog. Sorry we didn't have any the last couple weeks. Just things happen, that's life. I had fun, hope you have fun watching. That's what's all about, isn't it? Having fun, thanks for coming by, and see you next time.